The next time you go to a restaurant and you get your bill and you leave a tip for your server, just know that you're being racist. The Racist History of Tipping from Reverend Dr. William Barber II. Don't tip. Don't tip anymore, that's racist. I'm Tyler Zed. Welcome to Zeducation. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Zeducation, and welcome to another SJW episode. Where here on this series, we highlight this insane, divisive rhetoric from the SJW movement. It has become one of the biggest religions in the world, thanks to a lot of mainstream media outlets, thanks to a lot of people in Congress, as you will see today. And why do they push this? Well, we'll talk about that at the end of this video. But before we do that, as always on these videos, if you cringe, you win. It means your brain works. It means you know that this cult, this religion is not helping anybody. It's not uniting people. It's not fixing issues. It's just dividing us further, which makes getting votes easier, which makes putting other systems in place easier as well. We'll get to that at the end of this video. So if you want to play today's game, if you cringe, you win. Head down and like this video and make sure you are subscribed and have the bell clicked for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now, on to today's game. If you cringe, you win. Go. It's time the wine industry stopped taking safe stances to keep its primarily white audience comfortable. From The Guardian. There you have it, mainstream media outlet, saying that wineries, all of you winos, all of you that drink wine, you're racist. North American Scrabble Players Association is prepared to vote this week to ban more than 200 offensive words from its official lexicon for judging in tournaments. It's about time they do this. We have to censor ourselves. We have to change our entire language to make people feel better. You know, it's about time. I'm glad Scrabble's stepping up to the plate here. Parents are being urged to ask for their baby's permission before they change their nappy. A national child care chain is encouraging more mothers and fathers to ask for consent and show respect right from birth. Before you change that stinky, poopy, uncomfortable diaper, make sure you ask for consents. Because that 6-month-old, that 3-month-old, they totally understand, they totally care.
Okay, hate to be the communist killjoy per usual here, but I keep seeing this sound on my For You page. So I think the TikTok kids need a healthy reminder that if it wasn't for capitalism, imperialism, colonization, and all that good stuff, our ancestors would never have had to leave their homelands in the first place. Like, if it wasn't for the United States, I could probably be on a beach in the Philippines eating a mango right now. But instead I live in Indiana, and I am a broke bitch. And sometimes when I go to the grocery store, old white men ask me if I'm married. So sorry, it's capitalism period for me.
Sitting on a smartphone, filming yourself, giving yourself a voice to the world, using TikTok, an app, because of capitalism, all of this because of capitalism, bitching about capitalism, the irony. Also, I have to call your bluff on that last little bit there at the supermarket. I don't believe that either. Perspective. Calling food exotic reinforces xenophobia and racism. The Washington Post, another major media outlet pushing this, who ironically, as we covered in our last That Didn't Age Well, also described food as exotic, but they don't have to play by their own rules. They just want you to jam this down everyone else's throat.
Here's how you talk about periods in a more inclusive way. Instead of saying women or girls when you're talking about people with periods, try menstruators. Instead of feminine hygiene products, try menstrual products or period products. Menstruation is actually not tied to gender, and a lot of people who menstruate do not identify as women. Let's all learn to be a bit more inclusive together.
I give us 10 more years tops. 10 more years tops. Over under 10 years. How much longer are we going to last? From the New York Times. Jogging has always excluded black people. Jogging, running. That's racist now. Wine, tipping, jogging. Add those all to the list today. That's all racist. We need to talk about digital blackface and reaction gifs. Why is it so common? Digital blackface. Doing emojis. Doing gifs of Kevin Hart being funny. That is digital blackface. You cannot do that. Add that to the list. Library collections continue to promote and proliferate whiteness with their very existence, and the fact that they are physically taking up space in our libraries. From Blue Checkmark Library Journal, amazing work talking about whiteness, how bad white people are. Get their books out of the libraries. It's time. You know, Ernest Hemingway, Faulkner, get that crap out of there. It's garbage. It's white. Bad. From Elvis Presley to Patti Smith, The Stones. Rock music is built on racism. Why don't we care? From The Telegraph. Rock music, rock and roll. Rock and roll. Libraries. Wine. Gifts. Jogging. Man, the list is just getting insurmountable right now. Scientists found that vulnerable people and communities of color are disproportionately exposed to air pollution from fireworks celebrations. From National Geographic. Oh man, the list is so big today. Fireworks. Fireworks are racist. I already knew this, but I'm glad National Geographic is covering it finally. The racist roots of fighting obesity. Obesity. Carrying and fighting obesity is now racist. Thank you, Scientific American. What isn't racist? The whiteness of Toy Story 4. From The Hollywood Reporter. Even Toy Story. Kids show. Animation. That's racist too. Mary Poppins and a nanny's shameful flirting with blackface. Weren't they going up and down chimneys?
When they say that the 4th of July is about American freedom, remember this. The freedom they're referring to is for white people. This land is stolen land and black people still aren't free.
Cory Bush, a sitting member of Congress. And you wonder where these ideas come from. It's not just some crazy fringe far lefties on the fringes of the internet. It's mainstream. They're in Congress now.
I'm at the point with this country that, like, all this 4th of July decorations doesn't sit well with me, because we're at a point where the American flag on any piece of anything hanging from your house, on your shirt, hanging from your car, on a sticker on your car, whatever, it looks racist. Like, the fact that it was the symbol of, like, the protests against masks, and it was the symbol for all lives matter and blue lives matter. It's like, it screams racist to me. It screams colonizer. It screams, I don't see some
Colonizer.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to celebrate 4th of July anymore. 4th of July is officially canceled. I'm tired of seeing the 13 colonies flags everywhere in California when we're not a 13th colony. Also, 4th of July is overrated. Fireworks. And thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So much anger, so much hate, so much division. But again, guys, if you fly an American flag, you're now racist. This is what happens when Cory Bush and people in Congress push these stupid ideas. This is what they want, though. This is exactly what they want. The climate movement is overwhelmingly white, so I walked away. We've covered this one before, but we have to cover it again because, Greta, you haven't explained yourself yet. Why is your movement so overwhelmingly white? Are you racist? Are you, Greta? French food is expression of white privilege. France! You Frenchies out there, I knew it. You're bad. Your French food is bad. Why so many white supremacists are into veganism? Vegans, you are now racist. You're now bigots, you're xenophobes. From Vice, take it from Vice, mainstream outlet.
Becoming conscious as a white person is a little bit like waking up with a bad hangover, covered in blood and surrounded by dead bodies, and slowly realizing that you're holding the murder weapon.
Look at all this engagement. Wow. Again, it trickles down. It trickles down through academia. Oh, this is just nauseating.
Extreme heat is a justice issue. Within the same city, some neighborhoods can be up to 20 degrees hotter than others. Studies have shown that heat risk is disproportionately distributed to communities of color in patterns associated with segregation and redlining.
There you go. Ed Markey, Senator Markey, sitting member in Congress. The heat, the sun. It's racist. It's unfairly targeting communities of color. We have to destroy the sun. I hate to say it, but that's the only solution.
It is rooted in fundamental transphobia. I hear a lot of gay men saying to me, well, I like men. I think that trans men are handsome, but I could never ever sleep with one of them. Well, thank you for telling everyone you're very boring. Also, this is just transphobia. Like, I don't think any of you know what that word means, but it is, if you have to exempt or rationalize why you don't want to be with a transgender person in the first place, trying to get you to see how you're being transphobic is impossible.
If you have preferences, if you like certain things and don't like others, and you unfairly discriminate against that, you're a bigot. You're transphobic, obviously. Can dogs be racist? From Psychology Today, from a PhD. Dogs. Add it to the list. Dogs are racist. You can't make it up. Now, math is racist. Educators condemn $1 million dismantling racism in mathematics program funded by Bill Gates, which tells teachers not to push students to find the correct answer because it promotes white supremacy. Finding the correct answer. Telling people to use the formulas, the very scientific, mathematical formulas. That's racist. 2 + 2, racist. This is not just any lingerie. This is M&S underwear inspired by George Floyd. High Street Giant launches inclusive range in 5 shades designed for different skin tones. George Floyd lives on. He's living on through lingerie. Taxpayers fund £500,000 study to improve treatments of pregnant men. Accept it. Accept it, bigot.
What are your preferred pronouns? They, them. Oh, I've never heard those before. What are they? They're what's known as neopronouns. What are neopronouns? They're basically your own custom pronouns. When no other pronouns seem to fit, you come up with your own pronouns. Anything can really be a pronoun. Oh, how do I use them? It depends on the person and their pronouns. They, them follows a similar spelling to they and them, and even similar grammar rules like there and there. So they, them, themself, theirs, things like that. Oh, okay. And there are other neopronouns you said? Well, yeah, because they're customizable. Anything can be a pronoun, really. Oh, I didn't realize that you can customize your own pronouns. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
7 billion people in the world, 330 million plus in America. You have to know that all of them can have their own pronouns, their own neopronouns. Anything can be a pronoun. So walk on eggshells. Walk around on eggshells. Make sure you ask every single person what their pronouns are, okay? That's just how it is. That's the new rules of society today. Confuse the shit out of your kids and make sure they know that. It scares me how China treats dogs. Oh, wait. They don't even treat their own people very good. Wait till you see how America treats dogs. LMAO. Yeah, every year, actually, America has this festival where they take dogs and they actually... Wait a minute, that's China. Never mind, sorry. New at 10, PB&J sandwiches. Are they racist? Okay, all right. Almost anything is believable, but I have to believe that this one's satire. This cannot be real. This can't be real.
White people, I beg you, please stop sending private messages of support and agreement. Texts, DMs, emails. Private support is violent. Honestly, it is. Make it public or keep it to yourselves.
If you're sending private messages of support, you're being an ally, man. It's private. That's violence. You're racist, you're a bigot, you're a xenophobe. Make it public or keep it to yourself.
If you decided to work out in order to change your body's appearance to avoid weight stigma, that is still fat phobia. Fat people can be fat phobic. Skinny people can be fat phobic. I'm fat phobic, and it's no one's fault. We are conditioned to hate fat people. If that's why you started and that's why you're still going, then cool, great for you. Working out is still really good for you, no matter the reason. But I hope one day you learn to love fitness for the actual health benefits, like for your heart and your joints and your muscles, not just because you look a certain way.
Working out, it's fat phobic. Don't forget that. You know, we covered a lot of things that are racist today, but don't forget fat phobia, okay? Do not forget that. If you work out, you're racist, you're fat phobic, obviously. How did you do in today's game? Did you cringe at all? Does this stuff, this insanity, make you cringe? Because if it does, that's good. Means your brain works. And again, why are people in Congress? Why are the mainstream media outlets? Why are they pushing this? Why? This is insanity. This is divisive. It's not helping anybody. Because in order to enact radical change, you need radical division. You need radical ideas out there to make people squabble, to make people think insane things. You need to divide people. And this is working perfectly. It's working amazingly. They've said it many times already. The American flag is racist. America is a bad place. Cory Bush. 4th of July. America is a white people's place. They're dividing people by skin color because they want to dismantle what we have already here in America. Capitalism. the Second Amendment, all these things that they don't like. They want to get rid of that. The only way to do that is to divide us, to paint America as this horrible, awful place. That's why they're doing it. They want change, and they want that radical change, and they have to divide us in a radical way. And this is how they're doing it, and this is why they're doing it. Let me know why you think they're doing it in the comments. Also, let me know how you did. Did you cringe at all? While you're down there, I know there's not much to like in this video, but please like this video. Please help me get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Education.
How dare you, idiots!